A Kirkland Signature Merino Wool Blend Sweater for $49. 52-micron Australian wool, 12-gauge knit construction. The same yarn grade and the same knitting specification as a $120 Meyer equivalent. The difference between those two price tags is not quality. The difference is supply chain architecture. Australian Costco caps its markup at 15%. The rest of the fashion retail market operates between 55 and 70%. 6 Costco Australia clothing items ranked by how dramatically they outperform their department store priced equivalents. The number one item on this list costs under $20, but matches a department store charging 6 times that amount for the same construction. Australian Costco's clothing department generates an estimated $300 million in annual revenue across the 5 warehouses operating between Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, and Canberra. That figure sits below what David Jones brings in annually, but Costco did not build its business model around clothing margins. According to their annual report, approximately 70% of Costco's net profit comes from membership fees. That means the company has almost zero incentive to inflate garment prices. Where a department store or a fashion boutique marks up a blouse between 55 and 70% above what it costs to produce, Costco Australia caps that number at 14% for outside brands and 15% for its own Kirkland Signature line. The McKinsey & Business of Fashion State of Fashion 2026 report found that 80% of consumers now indicate value-seeking behavior, shopping around and waiting for better deals. Supply chain disruptions across Southeast Asia are forcing fashion brands to rethink their pricing architecture. Meanwhile, Costco has been operating on the same value principle for 4 decades. What the rest of the fashion industry treats as a 2026 trend, Costco built into its corporate charter before most of these department store brands even existed. 6 items ranked from strong value to genuinely absurd value starting now. Number 6, the Adidas Women's Cushioned Crew Socks 6-pack. Retail price at Costco Australia is approximately $27.98. Equivalent sock packs at Myer and JD Sports run between $55 and $70 depending on the colorway. Same label, same fabric composition, same construction specifications. The only difference is the warehouse it was sold in. Adidas sells directly through Costco at a dramatically reduced price because Costco's bulk purchasing power as the largest warehouse retailer in Australia gives it negotiation leverage that no traditional department store can match. The sock pack carries a perfect 5 out of 5 star rating across multiple Costco reviews. Based on textile sourcing data, the manufacturing cost of a cushioned crew sock 6-pack runs between $8 and $12. At Myer Retail, a customer is paying roughly 5 times the production cost. At Costco, she is paying roughly twice. Every extra dollar at the Myer location goes towards storefront rent on a shopping boulevard, seasonal advertising campaigns, and the cost of processing returns on unsold inventory. The socks themselves do not improve because the store has marble floors and climate control. They look like you bought them at an athletic specialty boutique in the CBD, but they cost less than a coffee and pastry combo. Number 5, the Kirkland Signature Women's Wool Sock 4-pack. At Costco, the retail price is $29.99. At David Jones and specialty outdoor retailers, the same Australian wool sock 4-pack retails for $80 to $120, depending on the season. Kirkland has been manufacturing layered socks since Costco arrived in Australia in 2009. Their warehouse location carries no seasonal campaigns and no dedicated sales staff. At Costco, those costs vanish. The construction uses a dual-layer knit pattern with merino wool on the interior face and a synthetic blend shell for durability. The foot is reinforced with a double-stitched arch support pattern that prevents rolling during extended wear. Toe reinforcement is bound, not raw-edged, which prevents fraying over time. Country of manufacture is typically Vietnam or China, using the same mills that supply the department store labels. The same thread, the same industrial knitting machines, the same quality control checklist. In our assessment, a woman buying these socks at Costco is getting identical wool technology at roughly a quarter of the retail store price. The warmth does not know which cash register you swiped your card at. These are the socks you grabbed as an afterthought and then wore through every Australian winter since. Number 4, the Kirkland Signature Women's Scoop Neck Tee. Retail price $19.99. Comparable quality from premium basics brands like Witchery or Marks sells for $65 to $95. The fabric is a cotton slub knit with a relaxed fit. The slub texture gives the cotton a natural, slightly irregular hand feel that premium brands charge a hefty premium for because it looks and feels more organic than a smooth industrial weave. Consumer reviews across Costco and independent Australian fashion forums repeat the same phrase with eerie consistency. Best basics shirt I have ever owned at any price. One reviewer reported she replaced her entire weekday rotation with these tees, and she wears them layered under everything from cardigans to blazers. Based on textile manufacturing data, the production cost of a cotton slub tee at this quality runs approximately $2 to $3. At Witchery, a customer is paying 20 to 30 times that production cost. At Kirkland, she is paying roughly 6 times. The remaining markup at the designer brand covers a Fitzroy showroom, a seasonal campaign, and a photo shoot somewhere with better lighting. The tee that quietly replaced every premium basics brand you used to swear by costs less than a flat white at your local cafe. Number 3, the Mendetta Women's Sherpa Full Zip Fleece Jacket. Retail price at Costco is approximately $39.99. Retail price at department stores and outdoor retailers runs between $110 and $160 for equivalent fleece construction. Mendetta does not operate retail locations. Their entire distribution strategy moves through warehouse channels and department store seasonal clearance bins. At Costco, there is no clearance cycle. The jacket carries a 4.8 out of 5-star rating across over 130 Costco reviews. The construction uses a 250 gram per square meter polyester microfleece with a brushed interior face and a softer exterior. Seams are serge stitched for durability. The zipper is a commercial-grade slider that survives multiple seasons of regular wear. Country of manufacture is typically China or Vietnam. In our assessment, the manufacturing cost of a microfleece jacket at this specification runs roughly $7 to $9. At department store retail, that becomes a 12 to 15 times markup. At Costco, it becomes a 4 to 5 times markup. This is the jacket that every woman at the local park is wearing, and nobody is volunteering where they found it for $40. The warmth does not care about the brand story on the tag. Number 2, the Kirkland Signature Women's Travel Pant. Retail price at Costco Australia is member only at approximately $24.99. Comparable travel pants from David Jones's own brand lines retail for $65 to $85. Comparable Marks travel pants retail for $70 to $95. The fabric composition is 91% nylon and 9% spandex at a 170 gram per square meter weight. That fabric specification is functionally identical to what the mid-tier department store brands use in their nylon-based travel trouser lines. The construction includes a double center front closure with both a button and a hook and bar fastening system. An elastic waistband at the back provides comfort during extended sitting. A zippered utility pocket on the leg secures a passport or phone while traveling. The pant is wrinkle-resistant, 4-way stretch, and available in black, charcoal, and navy in regular sizes 8 through 16, with plus sizes available through online ordering. It was first spotted at Costco Australia warehouses in Melbourne in late 2024 and has since expanded to every Australian warehouse location. In our assessment, the manufacturing cost of a nylon spandex travel pant at this specification runs between $4 and $6. David Jones's retail price represents roughly a 12 to 15 times markup over manufacturing cost. Costco's price represents a 4 times markup. A woman buying the Kirkland travel pant is getting the same fabric technology, the same stretch performance, and the same wrinkle resistance for roughly 1/5 of the department store price. For the cost of a single pair of David Jones travel pants, she could buy 4 pairs of Kirkland and still have change left over. The travel pant you packed as a just-in-case for your last trip to New Zealand, and then wore every single day because nothing else in the suitcase felt as good. Number 1, the Kirkland Signature Women's Ottoman Active Full Zip Jacket. Retail price at Costco Australia is $34.99. Comparable activewear jackets from Lululemon retail for $118 to $148. The fabric is a 96% polyester and 4% spandex blend with a soft Ottoman texture that provides both stretch and structure. The construction uses flat-lock seaming throughout, preventing chafing during movement. The collar is a mock neck design that sits flush against the shoulder without restricting range of motion. Thumb holes at the cuff extend coverage during layering. The jacket carries a 4.7 out of 5-star rating from over 90 reviews. Country of manufacture is Vietnam, using the same mills that supply activewear brands across 3 continents. In our assessment, the manufacturing cost of an Ottoman texture activewear jacket at this specification runs between $5 and $7. Lululemon's retail price represents a 16 to 20 times markup over manufacturing cost. Costco's price represents a 5 times markup. The observation is straightforward. The fabric does not know which warehouse it was sold in. The flat-lock seaming does not care about the logo on the tag. The polyester fiber in a $35 Kirkland jacket is the same polyester fiber in a $130 Lululemon jacket. The only thing that changes between a $35 Kirkland Ottoman jacket and a $130 Lululemon jacket is the margin someone else takes home. The jacket that started as a casual layer and quietly became your go-everywhere piece because the stretch and durability outperformed brands charging 3 times as much. 6 items. The total Costco Australia retail cost for all 6 is under $205. The total retail cost for the department store equivalents is over $620. This is not about being cheap. This is about understanding where your money goes when you buy a garment. In the fashion retail industry, the average markup runs between 55 and 70%. At Costco Australia, it runs 15%. The seam construction does not care about the storefront rent. The thread gauge does not care about seasonal advertising budgets. The fabric weight does not change based on which cash register processed your payment. The only variable is markup architecture. The Costco Australia shopper walking past the 6 items ignored by everyone else is the person paying attention. She is building a wardrobe that performs instead of a wardrobe that signals. She is understanding that a $49 merino wool sweater breaking in over 5 winters costs less per wear than a luxury department store version lasting 2 seasons. She is doing the math that most people never do. 6 Australian clothing items everyone ignores because they do not carry the right name on the tag. 6 items that outperform their expensive equivalents by every metric that actually matters. If you want to see which Australian fashion brands are quietly delivering the best quality for the price right now, that analysis is coming next week. Subscribe. The Warehouse channel is where the numbers tell the real story.